To the north we go. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our 2021 playoff previews for round one. We're going to the North Division and to Canada today. Starting with the game between the Oilers and the Jets, the series between them, I should say. They start on Wednesday, and I wish they started earlier, but the season was a little bit slow for Canada, and the Oilers had to finish their season against Vancouver before they could get into the playoffs. I hate that the Canucks are holding the playoffs back, but that's not really their fault, so can't blame them for it. Alright, so Oilers and Jets today. Before we get started, starting this Sunday, we will be doing a full NHL playoff recap for every week. We'll do this every Sunday. We'll go through all of the series and games. I'll try to remember what happened in the games. We will be keeping track of what happens in each game and what's going on, the update for that, whatever news there is around the league, suspensions. I know as I'm recording this, Sam Bennett just got suspended for boarding, I think, something like that. I don't know. Suspended one game, I believe. Cue the complaining, right? Alright. So, playoff recaps look like this. Nothing's filled in yet. Of course, as of recording this, Game 1, Florida-Tampa, I have game notes over there. Same thing with Pittsburgh and New York. Yeah, haven't filled in anything yet, but this is what my recaps look like, and we will see what happens with that, and we'll see you on Sunday for that. This is my playoff bracket, as you know. I'm not going to go in depth into this anymore. Let's get into the playoff preview between Edmonton and Winnipeg. Here we go. Oilers, 35-19-2, 72 points. Their top six forwards, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Jesse Puljujarvi, Kailer Yamamoto, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Dominic Cahoon. Their goaltending, Arizona Coyote legend Mike Smith, 21-6-2, 2.31923 save percentage. What a year he's had. How many games did he win in a row for the Oilers when he came in? Like 6? I don't remember. Mikko Koskinen is the backup, 13-0, 899 save percentage. He's had his struggles, and goaltending depth might be a struggle for the Oilers here. Their power play, nothing much we can say there, as they're first in the league with 27.6%, and we all know the reason for that. Penalty killing, 9th in the league, 82.5%. Season series, 7-2 for Edmonton, and they outscored the Jets 34-22 in that season series. Winnipeg, on the other end, 30-23-3, 63 points as the third seed, which tells you how weak the North Division is. It's not the best division. We'll see how far they go, and if they get past round 3, it's not the best situation in Canada, and they're lucky that they can get a Canadian team to the third round. This year, a limited time offer for them, right? Their top 6 skaters, Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Blake Wheeler, Matthew Perreault, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Paul Stastny. Nick Ehlers looks like he'll be back for the Jets at some point in the series, maybe for Game 1, I'm not sure yet. And Andrew Kopp also is sidelined, but he's not a top 6 forward, really. Their defense, Josh Morrissey, Dylan DeMello, Derek Forbort, Neil Pionk. Goaltending, Connor Hellebuyck, once again, 24-17-3, 916 save percentage, backed up by Laurent Brossoit, 6-6, 2.42 goals against average, 918 save percentage. he's had a good season for the Jets. Good season for him overall. Power play for Jets 23%, 7th in the league, 13th in the league in penalty killing. And as I said, they lost their season series 7-2. Alright, so let's look at the storylines here. As you look at the Edmonton Oilers, you can easily view them as a one-man team. Connor McDavid. Of course, you can also include Leon Draisaitl in the mix there, and maybe a two-man team for the Oilers. But, saying that, they did get second seed by a hefty margin in the North Division. And the Oilers have a very solid goal differential. And we can expect that the Oilers will lean on McDavid and Draisaitl a ton. But we shouldn't underestimate what the Oilers have to offer anyway. Now, the big story here is, can McDavid and Draisaitl continue their historic regular season run? I would love to see this team go into round 3 and face someone outside of Canada. Because, as they keep playing Canada, maybe Canada's a little weak. Maybe they're just feasting on them. Maybe that's why their numbers got so much inflated. McDavid blowing away that unthinkable milestone of 100 plus points in 56 games. 100 points in a regular 82 game season is hard enough. And to do that in a shortened 56 game season, that is amazing. And it's hard to deny he's the best player in the AHL right now. For years, the Oilers seemed so hopeless. Even McDavid and Draisaitl couldn't save them from defeat in a disappointing effort in the bubble last year. And now, there's never been a better opportunity for McDavid and Draisaitl and the Oilers to go on a deep playoff run. And we better hope that they do it this year. And this is also a battle of Connor versus Connor. We have Connor McDavid against Connor Hellebuyck. Connor Hellebuyck makes an excellent silver medalist. Of course, we also have Kyle Connor, which is... his first name is not Connor. Let's not include him in the mix here. Alright. So, Connor Hellebuyck, maybe he's had a difficult kind of difference here. Against every other Canadian or North Division team, Hellebuyck produced a .911 save percentage or better. But in 7 games against the Oilers, Hellebuyck went 2-5 with an .877 save percentage. We don't know how he needs to perform. Obviously, he needs to perform the best he can to give the Jets a chance here. But to be honest with you, the real thing the Jets have to worry about is officiating and taking penalties. The Oilers scored 8 power play goals in 7 games versus Hellebuyck. The closest other team is Canadians, who scored 5 and 9. On paper, the Jets don't just need Hellebuyck to match Mike Smith. They need Hellebuyck to be standing on his head. That hasn't happened this year, but he needs to do that. Mike Smith, on the other hand, what a year he's had. In his late 30s, 21-6-2, .923 save percentage. My goodness. Now, this hasn't been the kind of season to the Jets' best players. And maybe that started when Patrick Laine was traded. And yes, Pierre-Luc Dubois has been fine. He's been 20 points in 40 games. He's been alright. Maybe not as much as Laine in his prime, but Line A, he hasn't been doing that great in Columbus either, right? Of course, for the Jets offense, they probably do need Nikolai Ehlers back. And he might be back sometime in this series, and yeah. Now, of course, I'm going to restate the Oilers' power play. First in the league, easily. McDavid and Draisaitl, big reason for that. Of course, penalty killing for both teams, not a huge slouch either. Alright. We will see if Mike Smith will be able to perform in the playoffs. He's 39 years old, struggling the 2 last years he's had with Edmonton and Calgary. It's a little bit of a question, but it is better than just having Mikko Koskinen, or maybe when they had Cam Talbot. Maybe those were bigger questions back then. Of course, you know Cam Talbot's doing great over there in Minnesota. Now, of course, we all know how the Jets have been playing. To be honest with you, if the bottom 3 teams, Ottawa, Vancouver, and Calgary, played better, the Jets could have easily missed the playoffs. If Ottawa had a better start, Ottawa would be in the playoffs instead of the Jets. But the Jets, they had their good start, and I believe they won 2 out of their last 11 games, and that's not the best run going into the playoffs, but as many people say, the playoffs are a different beast, a different animal, and the Jets could easily get back to a run after this rest they have. Maybe. Alright, let's look at the numbers here. The top point scorers. Of course, McDavid and Draisaitl, 105 points and 84 points, respectively. Tyson Barrie with a great campaign for the Oilers, 48 points. He might want to stay here, and not just stay here for the 1-year contract he's been given. On the Jets end, Mark Scheifele, you can count on him to get some points. Connor, Nikolai Ehlers. Jets will probably hope that they're back. Defense, this is not going to be a defensive first series. It doesn't matter really. Defense, you know, the Jets had to score 6 goals to win those 2 games in the season against the Oilers, and you know that the Jets will have to pull that out in order to have a chance in this series. My prediction here is Oilers in 5. I know I'm going off a whole lot of how the Jets struggled in the last 10 or so games in the regular season. But what we've seen from the Jets is that in order to beat the Oilers, they're going to need to score a whole lot, score in bunches. Mike Smith hasn't really been lit up like that. But note that Mike Smith, I don't believe, was playing when the Jets scored 6 goals. I believe it was Mikko Koskinen, and I'm not sure about that, but I don't know if Mike Smith started the season yet. But anyways, I have the Oilers going pretty far in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I don't expect them to falter as they did in previous playoff runs and last year in the bubble. We'll see what happens here. Alright, we'll do Toronto and Montreal preview later on, maybe today, or we'll do it at latest tomorrow. We'll see what happens for the series as well. Game 1 is Wednesday, May 19th in Edmonton at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and 7 p.m. Mountain Time locally in Edmonton. Good luck to all these teams. And this is going to be an exciting series. Alright, until next time for our next preview, we'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone. Have a great first full week of playoff hockey. Take care.